Archangel Michael says, there is a person cloaked in kindness, but behind their smile hides an agenda that doesn't serve your future. You may have welcomed them in with trust, with faith, believing their hands were extended in assistance. But slowly, subtly, they've rerouted your energy, your momentum, your divine progression, pulling you away from the doors you were meant to walk through. This individual knows how to speak the right words, how to echo your hopes, and yet in their presence, time feels slower. Your visions don't expand, instead, they remain paused, as if waiting for something that never quite arrives. They always show up at the moment you're about to take a leap, then divert you into stillness. You'll begin to notice strange patterns, like repeated delays, forgotten intentions, missed opportunities, each one subtle but consistent. This is not a coincidence, and it's not the universe testing you, it's a manipulation, disguised as care. Comment: I am protected from all false helpers, if you believe your destiny matters. Their mission is to tangle your time, dilute your clarity, and confuse your intuitive power. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You've been strong for too long, trusting that every kind act comes from pure light. But darkness knows how to shape-shift. It knows how to mimic benevolence until it no longer needs to pretend. Archangel Michael says, you are being awakened to the truth, not through fear, but through divine awareness. He is shaking the spiritual fog from your mind and helping you hear what wasn't being said. That silence that made you uneasy wasn't yours, it was their hidden thoughts masking as calm. They pretend to stand beside you, yet when you're not looking, they stall your faith. They give advice meant to confuse, not guide. They delay your decisions by sowing hesitation into your heart. They fear your breakthrough, because your rising shines light on their hidden agenda. Your movement threatens the game they play behind the scenes. And if you rise, they no longer get to control the narrative around you. Comment: expose every hidden intention in my life, if you're ready for truth. You were never meant to remain in cycles, but someone has been feeding them. They don't celebrate your momentum, they monitor it, interrupt it, then smile again. Type Amen to get blessing 927. You once felt empowered around them, but lately, your ideas feel drained when they're near. You try to explain your vision, but they quickly offer distractions or redirect the focus to themselves. That's not a friend, that's a delay spirit working through a familiar face. Their presence comes with invisible weight. It shows in the way you sleep less soundly. It reveals itself in your procrastination and unexplained loss of excitement. They aren't wearing black or speaking threats, they are kind, helpful, overly present. But not every hand that reaches out is meant to hold yours. Some are meant to keep you from touching what's truly yours. Archangel Michael says, your spirit knows. Listen to the friction. That tug in your gut when you're around them, that's not paranoia. That's divine warning dressed as intuition. Comment: I choose alignment over familiarity, if you're ready to shift. You are not being paranoid, you are perceiving. And your perception is a divine radar being fine-tuned in this season. Type Amen to get blessing 610. They ask you questions that seem caring, but their real interest is in your pace. They're checking to make sure you haven't moved too far beyond their influence. This is why they always appear when you're about to do something bold. Do you notice how your energy crashes after conversations with them? It's because their spirit is wired to drain your progress. Even their compliments come with invisible chains. They show up not to walk with you, but to block the next step without you realizing it. This is why the doors that should have opened haven't yet. This is why the calls that were supposed to come have remained silent. Comment, no delay spirit can hold me back now, if you're claiming your divine path. They've studied you. They know how to mirror your rhythm, but not your intention. That's why their presence always leaves you unsure, overthinking, and stuck. Type Amen to get blessing 881. You're being called to move differently now. Not in anger, but in authority. Not in suspicion, but in spiritual precision. Don't confront. Just disconnect. Don't explain. Just reposition. Let silence carry the weight of your truth. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, your freedom will offend those who try to delay your light. You owe no one an explanation for choosing yourself. You owe your purpose more than you owe their comfort. You will begin to notice peace returning once you create space. You will sleep deeper, dream clearer, and breathe lighter. Your inspiration will no longer feel trapped in a cage of fake loyalty. Comment, I am shifting to a circle of truth, if you're releasing false help. Those who slow your soul are not aligned with your spirit. And alignment is no longer optional, it's required for what comes next. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The delay was never about time. It was about energy. It was about being spiritually hijacked by someone who masked as a supporter. But you are not helpless. You are awakening to the reality of divine discernment. You're walking out of their frequency, into your elevation. No more conversations with those who only want to hear you so they can slow you. No more validation from voices that celebrate you, only to anchor you in place. No more smiles that carry invisible shackles. Comment, my energy is returning. My future is clear, if this is for you. You are in a divine rebirth, and delays can no longer thrive where light lives. You've done the work. The truth has arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 302. Now watch how quickly things unlock. Watch how doors swing open when you're no longer being slowed. Watch how fast divine timing realigns when you're no longer in spiritual sabotage. Your talents will return like waves. Your dreams will feel reachable again. Your inner compass will finally point true north. Your peace will shock them. Your glow will confuse them. Because you weren't broken, you were blocked. Archangel Michael says, now nothing can hold you. No masked helper. No energy vampire. No manipulator disguised in love. Comment, my time has come and I will not go backward if you feel this shift. This season is sacred. Protect it like your life depends on it, because your destiny does. Type Amen to get blessing 199. This is a spiritual eviction notice to every delay disguised as help. They will feel your detachment and grow confused. But don't explain, rise. You are becoming unreachable to what once held you down. Your divine team has drawn a line in the sand. What slowed you yesterday has no access to your tomorrow. Let your boundaries be firm. Let your silence be sharp. Let your growth be the only reply. Comment: delay is over. Destiny is open, if you're stepping fully in. This is not a small shift, it is a cosmic correction. The hidden opposition is being disarmed. Type Amen to get blessing 707. Everything will move fast now. But don't fear the speed, embrace it. It's not chaos, it's divine compensation. The person who slowed you will feel the absence of your energy. Let them. Your healing is not for their convenience. The false helper may reach out again. You don't need to respond. Your silence is the closure. Comment: I no longer entertain delay in disguise, if you're done for good. You are not harsh, you are holy. You are not cold, you are clear. Type Amen to get blessing 553. Be proud of how far you've come without their permission. You moved mountains while they tried to keep you in place. Now you're outgrowing their reach entirely. You are walking into a new chapter where energy matches purpose. Where support comes clean, without secret motives. Where love doesn't come wrapped in control. Let the delay spirit weep. Let it realize it has no more access. You are no longer reachable by manipulation. Comment: it's my turn now. I'm moving with God's speed, if you feel this freedom. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The air around you is shifting. You can feel it, subtle, yet undeniable. Like the weight that sat on your shoulders has started to lift without warning. Suddenly, the fog begins to fade. You wake up with more clarity. Your heart no longer needs constant convincing. The people who once felt like your safety net now feel like distractions. The helper who constantly checked in now feels intrusive. What once seemed helpful now feels heavy. Comment: I now see what was hidden, if you felt this change in your spirit. It's no longer about their words, it's about how their energy lingers. It stays long after they leave, and it's not peace they leave behind. Type Amen to get blessing 114. You will find yourself rebuilding your atmosphere. Reclaiming your joy in places you had forgotten existed. Returning to passions you'd shelved because they discouraged them. That's how you'll know it was never about support. They didn't want you empowered, they wanted you paused. Your momentum made them feel invisible, so they disguised their fear as concern. They came to observe your gifts, not honor them. They came to delay your blessings, not celebrate them. But now, their season has expired in your story. Archangel Michael says, release with no resentment. Protect your path with power. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You only need to stay obedient to the call inside you. Comment: I don't shrink for anyone anymore, if you're standing tall now. Those who slow your dreams are not your responsibility. Your mission is too divine to keep adjusting for those wearing masks. Type Amen to get blessing 665. Watch how fast your joy multiplies when they're no longer feeding your doubt. Watch how quickly your gifts unlock when you're no longer explaining them. Watch how freely your spirit dances when it's not being monitored by envy. Your next chapter is activated. Not just because you're ready, but because the delay is over. Because the veil has been lifted. What was once invisible is now undeniable. What was once tolerated will now be corrected. What once drained you will now be dissolved. Comment, my light is non-negotiable, if this resonates deep inside you. You're not being dramatic, you're being delivered. And this freedom will rewrite everything they tried to pause. Type Amen to get blessing 777. This is the moment your life begins to accelerate. You will feel a divine push. Things that once took months will take days. Opportunities will reappear. Doors will reopen. And new faces will arrive, pure ones, real ones, sent to truly uplift you. You won't have to guess anymore. You won't have to decode people's energy. Their intentions will be loud, and their spirits will be clean. Comment, I welcome only what aligns with my divine purpose. You're not desperate. You're discerning. You're not lonely. You're being refined. Type Amen to get blessing 339. Your steps are now protected with an extra layer of divine armor. No more sabotage in smiles. No more lies hiding behind light. You are unreachable to those who carry hidden intentions. They will look for you in places you no longer visit. They will try to reconnect but find silence. This is your rebirth, and it comes with elevation. Every delay has now been transformed into fuel. Every betrayal now powers your breakthrough. Comment, my journey is sacred. I move with honor, if this message unlocks your spirit. The helper was a mask, but the truth is your sword. You now see everything, and you will not look away again. Type Amen to get blessing 880. The silence you chose is speaking louder than anything they expected. They thought your distance meant weakness, but it's your superpower now. They underestimated what you'd discover in the stillness they tried to interrupt. You're remembering who you are without their interference. You're aligning back to your original path, untouched by false guidance. Every delay they caused is now reversing, every loss transforming. Your clarity is uncomfortable for those who relied on your confusion. They counted on you second-guessing your every move. But now you're moving with precision they can't replicate. Comment, I no longer move in circles. I rise in straight lines. The chains of invisible manipulation are snapping with every breath of freedom. You feel it. The air feels lighter. The vision returns. Type Amen to get blessing 441. Their tactics were never loud, only consistent. A word here, a seed of doubt there, a delay wrapped in concern. But you see now that peace doesn't come with confusion. The true helper speaks life into your goals. The divine supporter brings clarity, not cloudiness. You're done mistaking persistence for loyalty. They were consistent, but not committed. Present, but not pure. Near, but never truly with you. Archangel Michael says, you don't need their disguise. You need divine truth. You will know the real ones by how free you feel around them. You will know your people by the way your soul expands in their presence. Comment, only peace and progress are welcome now. You've suffered too long by allowing access to the wrong energy. Now your elevation requires elimination, quietly, firmly, finally. Type Amen to get blessing 228. Don't mourn the disconnect. Celebrate the revelation. This isn't punishment, it's protection. This is what divine interference looks like when you're about to be pulled too far from purpose. Now they will say you've changed. Now they will call you distant. Let them talk while you walk into freedom. Your silence is your sword now. Your peace is your power. And your clarity is your confirmation. Comment, my silence is sacred. My boundaries are blessed. There is no need for dramatic exits. Just choose light and keep walking. The right ones won't ask you to explain your glow. Type Amen to get blessing 600. The shift has already happened in the spirit. And now the physical is catching up. Everything they tried to slow is being accelerated by the divine. Expect quick turnarounds. Expect unexpected yes. Expect restoration in ways your heart almost gave up on. This was never about them. It was always about what God placed inside of you. And that cannot be delayed by mortal hands pretending to be holy. Their words were gentle, but their energy was jagged. Their touch was familiar, but their intention was foreign. Now you see it. And you'll never unsee it. Comment, nothing disguised will delay me anymore. You've traded false comfort for divine calling. You've released distraction in exchange for destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 718. What comes next will move quickly. Not because you're lucky, but because you're finally unblocked. Every divine door opens to the voice of obedience. You obeyed. You moved. You cut ties. And heaven responded. You will see the signs clearly, down to the minute. Don't be surprised when old helpers try to reappear. They'll sense your momentum and want to latch on again. Stay firm. Be kind. But don't open the same door twice. Archangel Michael says, what you walk away from now will never delay you again. Your discernment has matured. Your wisdom has multiplied. Comment, I only walk with the spirit of truth. Let the mask fall. Let the true light rise. You are done babysitting betrayal disguised as love. Type Amen to get blessing 555. There's a divine shield around you now. Even when they think of calling, they'll feel your boundary. Even when they try to speak of you, their words will tremble. The divine is silencing every tongue that once delayed your joy. They will be blocked before they even reach your door. Your protection is invisible, but powerful. You no longer have to defend yourself. You don't have to justify your distance. You are now aligned, and alignment needs no apology. Comment, this is my elevation season, and I'm not looking back. Every place where your name was misused is being corrected. Every situation that was delayed is being fast-tracked. Type Amen to get blessing 404. They tried to move in silence, but heaven heard it louder than thunder. Every whisper behind your back has been recorded in divine time. And now, the same silence they used to deceive will echo back upon them with justice. You didn't retaliate, you realigned. You didn't expose them, you elevated. That is why your blessing will be clean, untouched by resentment. The helper who came with hidden hands thought you would never notice. But spiritual sight can't be blinded forever. You've remembered who you are, again and again. Comment, I rise in purity, I receive without delay. You don't need their apology. You don't even need closure. The ending was clear the moment your peace left. Now, your restoration begins, not just in the external, but deep within. Your inner light, once dimmed, is glowing without shame. Type Amen to get blessing 300. Your smile is no longer forced. Your steps are no longer heavy. And your dreams are no longer chained to anyone else's insecurities. This is what freedom tastes like when the disguised helper can no longer sit at your table. This is what peace feels like when your circle carries truth, not traps. This is what God meant when He said, "Be still and I will fight for you," even without using those exact words. The fight is over. The disguise has fallen. And now your name is being written in rooms that carry no deception. Archangel Michael says, your elevation is irreversible now. Even if they return with new masks, their energy won't feel the same. Your spirit now rejects what once pretended to protect. Comment, I do not re-enter what I had to heal from. It's okay to miss people. But don't miss the chains. Type Amen to get blessing 111. You've been delivered from delay, disguised as loyalty. You've been rescued from sabotage, disguised as support. And you've been pulled out of a cycle that was stealing your fire, little by little. Don't just walk away, rise into something higher. Let this chapter mark the moment your destiny shifted without warning. Let your life now become the proof of divine favor that can't be faked. Their absence will sting, but only for a moment. Because what's coming will numb every memory of confusion. What's coming will restore every piece of your timeline they tried to reroute. Comment, no delay can reverse what's already mine. This is not a recovery, it's a reset. This is not a detour, it's a divine fast track. Type Amen to get blessing 901. They were the test, not the truth. They were a mirror, not your map. Now you've passed it, by walking away and not shrinking. Expect divine acceleration. Expect spiritual gifts to return stronger. Expect people to notice your glow, and not understand it. You don't owe them clarity. You don't owe them entrance. You owe your future obedience. Comment, I rise with no need to explain my rise. The helper that delayed you will watch you from a distance. Not out of punishment, but because your growth is no longer accessible to false energy. Type Amen to get blessing 666. And now, watch the floodgates open. Ideas will flood you again, but this time you'll complete them. Opportunities will come back around, but this time they'll align. People will show up in truth, not in manipulation. You won't need to question their hearts. Because your spirit has been recalibrated. Your discernment now filters what words cannot. This chapter of your life is sacred. Guard it with silence. Protect it with wisdom. Celebrate it with gratitude. Comment, I'm ready to live unpaused. Because that's what this is, divine unpausing. They pressed pause on your passion. You're pressing play again, louder. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Their mission to delay your destiny has failed. Not because they stopped, but because you outgrew their access. You're no longer reachable. From the energy of manipulation. You are now on divine frequency. The vibrations are higher. The path is brighter. And the helper with the hidden motive? Out of range. Archangel Michael says, the delay is broken. And now, your blessings come without limits. Feel that wind? It's your life catching up to what heaven already planned. Feel that shift? It's the speed of alignment reclaiming its place. Your new circle is already forming. Your true tribe is already finding you. Because your light is now unburdened. Comment, I'm not hiding my light for anyone. You were sent to shine, not stall. You were chosen to move, not maintain stillness for the comfort of others. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Everything that once felt delayed will now start arriving in perfect rhythm. The flow of blessings that were blocked is rushing toward you like a dam just shattered. Not because time changed, but because you did. You no longer wait for permission to evolve. You no longer dim your progress to comfort those who were secretly holding you back. And now, your divine chapter is unfolding with momentum that cannot be paused again. They used to smile and say, I'm just here to help, yet their help led to hesitation. They asked you to wait while your soul whispered, move now. They mirrored your faith while secretly fearing your fire. Comment, I now walk freely in my divine speed. You feel lighter now, don't you? That's the absence of false intention lingering in your space. Type Amen to get blessing 432. Every room they entered, they wanted control. They offered help with invisible strings. But now those strings have snapped, and you're flying higher than ever. You're no longer explaining your instincts. You're no longer second-guessing your discernment. You've arrived at a place of alignment so powerful, they can't even comprehend it. They thought they were clever, moving in quiet sabotage. But heaven was watching. And you were protected every single step of the way. Archangel Michael says, the truth always comes wrapped in clarity. You don't need chaos to confirm intentions. You just need to feel the energy, and now you do. Comment, what used to confuse me now reveals itself clearly. The fog is gone. The distractions are muted. The divine path ahead is radiant and wide open. Type Amen to get blessing 800. The one who slowed you, watch how quickly they start tripping on their own plans. Because what they sent out will return to them multiplied. Not because of revenge, but because of divine justice. You didn't seek to destroy them. You just removed yourself. And that was enough to collapse the illusion they built. You'll be tempted to explain, to warn them, to help them even now. But this time, your healing is not available for the person who caused your harm. This time, your blessing is sacred and selective. You are the gatekeeper of your light now. Only those who water you may sit at your table. Only those who mirror truth will walk beside you. Comment, I'm entering my sacred space of progress. This isn't ego, it's protection. This isn't isolation, it's alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 144. You won't need to rush anymore. Because now that the disguised delay has been removed, time will stretch in your favor. You'll get more done in less effort, and your peace will expand daily. You've been spiritually promoted. Not in title, but in vibration. Your soul has upgraded, and delay spirits can no longer survive at your level. You no longer feel stuck. You no longer feel torn. You no longer seek approval from those who only brought confusion. You now recognize energy before words. You see spirit before personality. You know truth before the mask ever lifts. Comment: my discernment is sharp. My energy is clean. You don't attract manipulators anymore, they are repelled by your clarity. You don't attract delay anymore, it has lost its grip on you. Type Amen to get blessing 969. So what now? Now you rise. Now you build without distraction. Now you glow without shrinking. Expect miracles to feel normal. Expect ease to return like a long-lost friend. Expect joy to flow without being followed by emotional confusion. Your divine helpers are on their way. True supporters, not actors. Real ones who clap without competition and guide without games. Archangel Michael says, from this point forward, every hand that touches your vision will be blessed, or blocked. You no longer have to guess who's for you. You'll feel it instantly, truth has no disguise. Comment: I walk only with truth and move only with God. This is your sacred transition. From heavy steps to divine leaps. Type Amen to get blessing 333. And to the one who thought they could delay your path. You forgive them. But you don't follow them. You release them, but you do not receive them again. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them realize they were never your fuel, only your friction. Because now, you've become unstoppable. Because now, your yes is louder than their silent sabotage. Because now, your mission is lit by divine fire, and no one can put it out. Comment: I walk forward. I don't look back anymore. You will not trip over the same delay again. This time, you are stepping over it. Type Amen to get blessing 212.